All right, today we're going to do lesson 25, solving problems with systems of linear inequalities in two variables. This is illustrative mathematics by imaginative learning. And we're going to go ahead and look right now at the objective for the day. Go ahead and highlight this. This is on page 361 of your student workbook. Let's use systems of inequalities to solve some problems. First of all, we start with a warm-up of which one doesn't belong. Looking at graph A, B, C, and D. And as you can imagine, students had different responses for each one. So for example, some students said that A was the one that did not belong because there was no shading, meaning that it was a system of equations, not a system of inequalities. It had one solution, the point of intersection, instead of many solutions from a shaded region. So that's one reason students said that A didn't belong. B, they said, was dashed only lines. They also said that there was no solution to this system of inequalities because it has these parallel lines. And there's no shaded region that overlaps. For this one, they said it was different or should be eliminated because it only had horizontal and vertical lines. Some students said that it had solid only lines instead of dashed. It didn't go through the origin like the other three did. And finally, they said this one was different because there was only one inequality. Notice there's not two lines on this one. Okay, so again, any of these that you chose with a valid reason would have been acceptable. For 25.2, we're taking a look at this graph here on the right, and they already gave us the two inequalities that have been graphed and shaded for the feasible region, and decide whether each point is a solution to the system. So we have two methods here. We can take this point and go see if it is in the overlapping shaded region. So 3, -5, if I go out 3 and down 5, I'm noticing that this is in one of the inequalities shaded region, but not in the double overlap one. So this one would be not a solution to the system. It only fits one, but not the other. Zero, 5 is in the double overlap region. Yes, this one is in the solution. -6, 6 lands on a line, a solid line. And as you know, the solid line means that that point is also a solution to the system. But some students in class were confused on if it's on that one solid line, is it a solution to the whole system? So again, if it's not an obvious in the overlap region, if you have a question on it, I always recommend you go back to the algebra of plugging in this point to both and seeing if it gives you a true statement. Is -6 less than -6? Right off the bat, oh, so sorry, hang on. Is -6 less than 6? It fits in the first inequality. Second one is 6 greater than or equal. Plug in the -6 and simplify. And to be included on the line, it's the time when we are going to get the 6 and the 6 on both sides. So 6 is greater than or equal to 6. Since this is a true statement, we get a yes here. Since this is a true statement, it works for both. This one being on the solid line, yes, it is a solution. So if you're ever unsure, Feel free to go back to the algebra, plug it into both inequalities, and make sure it gives you a true statement for both. 3, 3 looks like it's right there on the dashed line. And as we know, on the dashed line, it would not be valid. But again, if we're unsure, let's go plug it in. Is 3 less than 3? Already we get a no for that one. Remember, if it's no even for one of the inequalities, it's a no for the system. -2, -2. This was a good topic in class. It's on a solid and dashed point of intersection between both. So remember, it has to work for both systems. And so this one is a no, but some students didn't believe it. They actually had to see it done algebraically in order to believe it. And so just going to the is -2 less than -2 statement, since there's no equal to bar, no, it is not a solution. Feel free to work on the Are You Ready for More and check for solutions with your teacher if you would like. And if your teacher did the InfoGap terms of a team, teacher gave a data card to each student and a problem card to the others, and you went back and forth with questions, this was the solution that comes from that problem. So feel free to check this for your understanding.